Anymore or Domonias Mujia if in the ready Yankopon and Cal baby Biara Shame. When you have been social, everybody else ordinary as I tell you, because a video is so. I am radio, so I wasn't going your premise of all some of the Jenim Watten. And then what did you ready to do? Akenkansem night of Bible reading. I'll see find a war. Back and Jesus. Hallelujah. Mother Tony, everything for them. Baki Salifu, and one shroud. Don't tell you who's a home job. Before you say, I need you. Before you say, I'm your winter. That's Miss Rob. Listen, come on. Cash it away. Cash away. Oh, come on. Mameno yam fire Bible no na yam Leviticus chapter 18. Leviticus chapter 18 from verse 1. Hallelujah. Leviticus chapter 18 from verse 1. Akenkansem every New Living Translation Leviticus chapter 18 from verse 1. Then the Lord said to Moses, give the following instructions to the people of Israel. I am the Lord your God. So do not act like the people in Egypt, hallelujah, where you used to live, or like the people of Canaan, where I am taking you. You must not imitate their way of life. You must obey all my regulations and be careful to obey my decrees, for I am the Lord your God. Leviticus chapter 18 from verse 1, it says, Eradi sign Israel for Kasa, what they are shedding for Ebema. And all kai on mine said, I on way right in the year one a free Mizrimun Kwasumo. Now all kai on mine say, Almonti say Mizrimu for, and Tima or Mawam Brass Mizrimu for. Said the Bible was 2 Corinthians, Ose money one hour 1 year and chikonia craw. Shaka bear nothing any amumuyawo. Anase chafa bear na jidini ye onyini ye wo. Na baako ye bear de Kristo any belia entem. Enti sana erade ka kire ne man Israel say, moye oman stronko. Enti mo bra se Egyptifo na mo bra se Kenafo. Meni aba ma wutie mi e. Obeji Yesu Kristo edi. Enu nti oya stronko e ma wo bra se ne awiasefo ba wo bra no. Woni won enyepe. Woya sonko efise woye Awurade maya. Wodi moja ne bo oden e na atowo. Enuna Awurade na Moses so a kai oman Israel say. Munye nipa bia keke. Eno nti mo mamo bra se ne mo pe. I say you must obey all my regulations and be careful to obey my decrees. For I am the Lord your God. If you obey my decrees and regulations, you will find life through them. I am the Lord. You must never have sexual relations with a close relative, for I am the Lord. Enti ashedi Awurade ma na wahye say obian hye na onne ne busuani anna. You must never have sexual relations with a close relative, for I am the Lord. Yantuaso Leviticus chapter 18 verse 7. Do not violate your father by having sexual relations with your mother. She is your mother. You must not have sexual relations with her. Do not have sexual relations with any of your father's wives, for this would violate your father. Verse 9, Leviticus 18 verse 9. Do not have sexual relations with your sister or half sister, whether she is your father's daughter or your mother's daughter, whether she was born into your household or someone else. Do not have sexual relations with your granddaughter, whether she is your son's daughter or your daughter's daughter, for this would violate yourself. Do not have sexual relations with your stepsister, the daughter of any of your father's wives, for she is your sister. Do not have sexual relations with your father's sister, for she is your father's close relative. Do not have sexual relations with your mother's sister, for she is your mother's close relative. Do not violate your uncle, your father's brother, by having sexual relations with your wife, with his wife, for she is your aunt. Do not have sexual relations with your daughter-in-law. She is your son's wife, so you must not have sexual relations with her. Do not have sexual relations with your brother's wife, for this would violate your brother. Do not have sexual relations with both a woman and her daughter, and do not take her granddaughter, whether her son's daughter or her daughter's daughter, and have sexual relations with her. They are close relatives, and this would be a wicked act. Enti sa wo hwa niam a wo ka nyina no a Mami Musa o se wo ye wiase enti wo nti se ebisi se papa bi ono an ye mo ba woni nada wonti se obi ene ne yiri enua adada woni se obi ni kunu nua ada wenu mo nyina ye achiwade a Erade ka kire Israel for se ma wonye saa niema no efi se oye a odigu won ho fin ene Erade ho fin eni so hwe akanman mu a ye hyeda atodin se ye fa no mojafra etwo akamfo adeye mu no amma kwan se obi betumi ayesa niema a okekan yi bi nanso enei awudi enti ye se okenkan the verse 17 the last part now or say and this would be a wicked act. And because of the wickedness of men, these things are happening in our society. May God have mercy. So verse 18, Leviticus 18:18. While your wife is living, do not marry her sister and have sexual relations with her, for they would be rivals. And the name I can you know a be esipen. So what can I say Jacob onu aneba ani Jacob yiri edai so kai say Jacob ne yiri Leah na ni nua ene Rachel eri sanema we nya ya niema na edin kan asisi na Erade ka chom ze sanema we nya eyemachiwade na mempese ebetoa so akoso omumu eni se obi ne papa eyire eda no na ebi edin kan asi ya Jacob onu aneba ni Jacob yire da na Jacob no nanso Jacob wanso ka ho bi ono so worry Rachel and Leah asa akwade wo momfuna mienu sa eye ntoso ka ho nanso Erade amoyehunu say eye na chiwade a ono Erade na ni enye ho na oma ho kwa ma yantoa so ewo verse 19 Leviticus 18:19 also say do not have sexual relations with a woman during her period of menstrual impurity. Do not defile yourself by having sexual intercourse with your neighbor's wife. Do Do not permit any of your children to be offered as a sacrifice to Molech. For you must not bring shame on the name of your God. I am the Lord. Ma yentua yen Akenkansem. So Leviticus chapter 18. Leviticus chapter 18. Yetwa so verse 21. I mean repeat it, verse 21. Do not permit any of your children to be offered as a sacrifice to Molech. Sapo Mark Abraham. Also, Bravo Bushari, a Chiwadia. Verse 22, do not practice homosexuality, having sex with another man as with a woman. It is a detestable sin. If you about homosexuality, will say it is a detestable sin. A bonny kesi. That is Sapo Mark Abraham. Also, Bravo go yash in the year, and I'm out to yash in the year. Obini papa ayire eda eyachiwa de. Obini papa ekunu eda ne maami kunu da eyachiwa de. And no na Leviticus chapter 18 catch the verse 22. Do not practice homosexuality, having sex with another man as with a woman. This is a detestable sin. A man must not defile himself by having sex with an animal, and a woman must not offer herself to a male animal to have intercourse with it. This is a perverse act. Now, so a nay, you say LGBT plus Q minus multiplication division. And you who onipa osma ware me kramai. Or say a yachiwade. In the name of freedom and a grace, that be Obama to me worry Bama, Obama to me worry Oba, or Nipan to many Abua and not a Yachiwadia. The Radimoye. I know you will be a movie. Then twas verse 24, Leviticus 18:24. Do not defile yourself in any of these ways, for the people I am driving out before you have defiled themselves in all these ways. Entitio. Sa and someone erade katre Israel for you. Na eyadia esi ewo Egypt. Mema eda enye na eba. Emma enimwa eda enye ne. So Akenkansem, do not defile yourself in any of these ways, for the people I am driving out before you have defiled themselves in all these ways. Etrese nipa no na erade pam wona free asase so no. Eye won bra wo mo bodeda. It won pese Israel for the boss abra ni bi. What can say being Akenkansem Sodom and Gomorrah and soon you see here over Genesis. Today, what can I say? Nena Abbasun to one so Koyebina, a fee Abbasuna Yedir. A buy a chum, a betchum. Ecclesiastes Company in Kayaka said there is nothing new under the sun. There is nothing new under the sun. Enti enkodia chirina ema wonu nyankopon tem entity. O Kristo ne pesa me ma wote ase no. Ebinuma din kan ya mfaso bia maso amfa ma won eye nome ene ba ma awo. Adai ena wonsua bibi mfiri na do ho kohye mu. The author of verse 25. Or see, because the entire land has become defiled, I am punishing the people who live there. I will cause the land to vomit them out. Enti enamo say, on mine on the assassination of wedding kaya sa boni we binti. Ewade se me ba be twe na so. Na mema asase afi wona ba. Adia will be a nya ho asotwen enkoye bi. Verse 26, Leviticus 18:26. You must obey all my decrees and regulations. You must not commit any of these detestable sins. This applies both to native-born Israelites and to the foreigners living among you. All these detestable activities are practiced by the people of the land where I am taking you. And this is how the land has become defiled. So do not defile the land and give it a reason to vomit you out, as it will vomit out the people who live there now. Whoever commits any of these detestable sins will be cut off from the community of Israel. So obey my instructions and do not defile yourself by committing any of these detestable practices that were committed by the people who live in the land before you. I am the Lord your God. Amen. In this ocean and Akenkansem Leviticus chapter 18. And talking about sexual relations. One I wouldn't want to me and one I want to me one ending shiamu and one them. Sense a radini Israel for them or she be beer the mawon pepe ne pine so. Ma yenko Leviticus chapter 19 from verse 1. Leviticus chapter 19 from verse 1. Miniaba Francisca Osu Nyame Enjira Osewa Johnny and Yumre Ewo Jumedi so Yeah, call Leviticus chapter 19 from verse 1. The Lord also said to Moses, give the following instructions to the entire community of Israel. You must be holy because I, the Lord your God, am holy. Each of you must show great respect for your mother and father. And you must always observe my Sabbath days of rest. I am the Lord your God. Now, if I say, say, I am the Lord your God. And no ye enkaya erade kai o mine say. Or da so eye o mine nyankopon. Baby biara all kubia. And you may be na erade asem so ka kire wo say. Erade ya wo nyankopon na o ka wo ho abiri biara. Neka amen. Every pem oka wo ho bere boni mu oka wo ho onya wo na ompa ordinary ni fa ebekoso akura wo mu se wo be bre wo ho asna se wadi nanam wachi a oma wo nyira kwan da ento ya no akai Israel for say I am the Lord your God. Oma wo boni ni tna bia po na bia wo ba wo ma denije. Over Leviticus chapter 19 verse 4 or say, do not put your trust in idols or make metal images of gods for yourselves. I am the Lord your God. When you sacrifice a peace offering to the Lord, offer it properly so you will be accepted by God. The sacrifice must be eaten on the same day you offer it or on the next day. Whatever is left over until the third day must be completely burned up. If any of the sacrifice is eaten on the third day, it will be contaminated and I will not accept it. Anyone who eats it on the third day will be punished for defiling what is holy to the Lord and will be cut off from the community. Also verse 9, also when you harvest the crops of your land, do not harvest the grain along the edges of your fields, and do not pick up what the harvesters drop. It is the same with your grape crop. Do not strip every last bunch of grapes from the vine. And do not pick up the grapes that fall into the ground. Leave them for the poor and the foreigners living among you. I am the Lord your God. Do not steal. Do not deceive or cheat one another. Do not bring shame on the name of your God by using it to swear falsely. I am the Lord. Do not defraud or rob your neighbor. Do not make your hired workers wait until the next day to receive their pay. Hey, any Samuel see one for your mama Mamuntia or Mokano. So do not make your hired laborers workers wait until the next day to receive their pay. Enti eye jina hoje. Oye manima we anu atu yaneka. Aha said the ministry woman say betimi aba say obema obi ayadwuma ma wantu yaneka na sade betina wawu a. So many people na yadwuma ma wa anye na ketua. Enti Ewade say emma de mpo nche so owie ye na jina hwa ne tu yaneka. Enti ube kaya Akenkansem Bible the book of Matthew na. The parable na Bible say okofa apafo say omumra emedo nafuo mu no. At the 11th hour okofa bi eba ma omubedoy. Won say osi omu wie ya na nwumre no a ena odina so etua wonka. Ma Akenkansem no entwa so ewo verse 14. Leviticus chapter 19 verse 14. Do not insult the deaf or cause the blind to stumble. You must fear your God. I am the Lord. Do not twist justice in legal matters by favoring the poor or being partial to the rich and powerful. Always judge people fairly. Do not spread slanderous gossip among your people. Do not stand idly when your neighbor. Let me take it again. Do not stand idly by when your neighbor's life is threatened. I am the Lord. And nay, social media. Ewa maniema was a save no phone na wo twa no video no eja atoka mu so beboa amaya yi nipa ko na owo ma pie no the first time the phone no watch phone yes our friend na one pam ya beboa no na o video breaking news and the rade erinam na sem so catch Israel for say the who say wonua bi enkwa eda gem wonua bi akọ amane mu a enyina hokwa ye ne koboa no ene ensuo fa obi ede ne ekọ na phone ene ye bi twa bi ensim so okoyi nipa no rade ho ye mobo wiase be mu ne yete boni wiase kasi ya hwe Kristo Yesu akiri akwan a ye be ye dai ene yetumi atena wiase. Verse 17, Leviticus 19:17. Do not nurse hatred in your heart for any of your relatives. Confront people directly so you will not be held guilty for their sins. Do not seek revenge or bear a grudge against a fellow Israelite, but love your neighbor as yourself. I am the Lord. You must obey all my decrees. Do not hate two different kinds of animals. Sorry, do not mate two different kinds of animals. Do not plant your field with two different kinds of seed. Do not wear clothing woven from two different kinds of thread. Hey! If a man has sex with a slave girl whose freedom has never been purchased but who is committed to become another man's wife, he must pay full compensation to her master. But since she is not a free woman, neither the man nor the woman will be put to death. The man, however, must bring a ram as a guilt offering and present it to the Lord at the entrance of the tabernacle. The priest will then purify him before the Lord with the ram of the guilt offering, and the man's sins will be forgiven. When you enter the land and plant fruit trees, leave the fruit unharvested for the first 3 years and consider it forbidden. Enti Ewurade asedi a wo hye wo man se omo kwa asase odema won so a na se odua aba e wo so a enfie miensa ma onte aba ne bi ni oma aba no empurungu na ensei afe na sanso na puragu na sei afe saa miensa as na oma tumi ate aba ne bi say you need to follow Let me repeat verse 23. No. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 23. When you enter the land and plant fruit trees, fruit trees, Mame Francisca, fruit trees, Mama Esther, fruit trees, it make I said first, Oma no moye emefuo no. Means that so ya almost edua emeno a na abeno esha se bofo fra. Ya omonta enu sa abeno. The first abeno ne abobo no a aba no. Omo jai emane nyina eprogu. Ono moye agrek mefuo no. Na all kinds of mokwa asase so na mudua enua eso aba ebe de se bofre anka mango abrobe fa bi keka ho emfie miensa emamo nkote aba no mama aba no enwo so na ense mamu nibi. Also, when you enter the land and plant fruit trees, leave the fruit unharvested for the first 3 years and consider it forbidden. Do not eat it. Do not eat it. In the 4th year, the entire crop must be consecrated to the Lord as a celebration of praise. Finally, in the 5th year, you may eat the fruit. And to what do you say in Yanama Aswa, Banumfie miensa manensai kwa. Afia etoso enai a baby a ubetche bia o se ekronkome rade difa kome rade. Ade afia etoso enum ansa na wetimi atibia di. Let's make I pass 2 weeks ago. Yeah, first food. Obi just said, "Well, nima de onfa honkra." Then so Israel for Brazil say, "Everybody say, I want say, omuampo aye won fudie no." Anye sem fie num ansna betimi adi abane bi. Fie mi ansama ne mpro. Abia toso enan no boaboa ni nyina no fa ni nyina be bofo de amewurade. Afie toso enum no ansa no. Wotumi atwa waba no adi. And in verse 25 will say, finally, in the 5th year, you may eat the fruit. So if you follow this pattern, your harvest will increase. I'm saying internet no or sign Akenkansem you and so there you be but menya menu chapter 19 on I am for NC ewa ha finally, in the 5th year, you may eat the fruit. If you follow this pattern, your harvest will increase. I am the Lord your God. Do not eat meat that has not been drained of its blood. Do not practice fortune telling or witchcraft. Do not trim off the hair on your temples or trim your beard. Do not cut your bodies for the dead, and do not mark your skin with tattoos. I am the Lord. So people say na tattoo Bible find a Bible a tattoo etia. And our canon Leviticus chapter 19 verse 28. Leviticus chapter 19 verse 28. Do not cut your bodies for the dead, and do not mark your skin with tattoos. I am the Lord. Do not defile your daughter by making her a prostitute, or the land will be filled with prostitution and wickedness. Keep my Sabbath days of rest and show reverence toward my sanctuary. I am the Lord. Do not defile yourselves by turning to mediums or to those who consult the spirits of the dead. I am the Lord your God. Enti saman freni abosom fre. Rade kachre Israel for sema wonye bida. Abayisam. Ani me kohwe mi hyebrem. Everybody say eye na chiwade. Enti wo hye Israel for sema wonye sa na ma. Jesus is Aba Esther Treme Nyamenshra Sarah e Japan Nyamenshra so wa Johnny Anyumre no Akenkansem edu Leviticus chapter 19 the twaso e verse 32. Leviticus chapter 19 verse 32. Stand up in the presence of the elderly and show respect for the aged. Fear your God. I am the Lord. Do not take advantage of foreigners who live among you in your land. Treat them like native-born Israelites and love them as you love yourself. Remember that you were once foreigners living in the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. My culture will say, Israel phobia. Now, or the chat will say, I am the Lord your God. Or my omane hunyame kwa or ne won e kasa. Also verse 35. Said ye medin kan no enche medi jumedi no ebeba na wie ye. Ye uswa ye kan Leviticus chapter 19. Leviticus chapter 19. And also our verse 35. Tujini pai our assembly mo. If we say what can. Amen. Amen. Leviticus chapter 19 verse 35. Do not use dishonest standards when measuring length, weight, or volume. Hey, Kumasi Jom Fomo. Olo kabako udibedu fia obesha na enu konkum yensa kra. What the cement paper konku na se we twaso na we simu. Enti Awurade asem a wo ka kire oman Israel fo ne se mamonye kalabule sem. Mamonye kalabule sem. Baby amudi susu bibia mo make sure say eye pepepe eye kroje. Nansu Kumasi Central Market foi. Mo to gari ni nkate ne asichiri no. To be anwa smart. Ya bro. E no mo to beans no. Anya fast na anya smarter. Beto konku miensa. Bedu fe na konku ba ko ne fa. Irade hu ye bobo. Yeso kwasia de omo nyina ate asore de mukutu atai. Do not use dishonest standards when measuring length, weight, or volume. Your scales and weights must be accurate. Your containers for measuring dry material or liquids must be accurate. I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt. You must be careful to keep all of these decrees and regulations by putting them into practice. I am the Lord your God. Amen. Enti we no mu eye asede Awurade de ma Israel fo bra won de won Canaan asase so se okodura asase ne so a se de won sinta na omma won bra won hweye na oba ene ne ba ana papa ne ba ana obiri ne nua ana obiri ne ba ahen to cheche ne nyina mu ye wie na o kire won se ma won bra se Egypt fo ana Canaan fo efri se won oyesronko amen na o chon se munyi kalabule ne krono sam emfiri mabrabo efri se won tumi ensom awura no baanu won tumi ni Yesu Kristo ni na nkoso nya kalabule be kalabule bia afiri bronsam efe bronsam no ofiri fitia se ye kalabule se what the American has for Garden of Eden okodada Adam ni Eve ko chan for the chile one dada wo enti obi a wodada bia ofiri bronsam hweye the radio hunu sa enu mere nya wo hwe mere no ntene mo nkyere so do afidie to am already and be media to this Akenkansem night of Bible reading. God richly bless you. Have a wonderful night. Yami adumo a ochina awia hour of grace beba so 1 hour prayers from 12 midday 12 noon to 1 p.m. More than John and na ye mom ni ya won pai Yami adna ochina enwumre no me ko ba bi so depends on time Yami ya meet my bedru it me bedroom time dia ye be hia na abom pai that's ye ntumi ama ye be send message no e dia ba ya no ochina me appointment bi awia no atenim time me do fie eni hye nso fama me wate me de chaye na se bibia content mu ano dia ye be hia na ya bom pai ye Nyami adma ochina eye fiada Anyumre me de wo si ha make a chance shalom peace be unto you. God bless you and stay blessed. Mama Esther Amwa, God richly bless you too. Mama Esther Bedu, Nyami Shrao. Mama Mr. Latre, Nyami Winshaw, so Johnny Yang, Sanamini Abba, Francisca Osu, Baki Salifu, Mama Kabu, Johnny Yedina, Nyami Onteni Munchemu Ibre, Na Unshamo Kese. Somebody na share Jumedi and Mami Ansana Wako. You said that the American will be in your journey our YouTube channel no Ps Samuel Agyenim. Na subscribe wo ho e fama me wate. Nyame on share bre na onye wo kese. Mo akoma so bi sade nyina emra mu. Na omma wo ne wabusua ho ban. Ewade nson da ye pa na onyi ne ho adi emfa nkyere wo. E waba ho mpa ya ase e ya che no. Ewade nkai wo de hiada. Na omfiri osoro mu soro emra meboa. God bless you and stay blessed. Ave my crowd. Hey,